big, bold and beast. So we got this Hummer EV brand new in our shop for full front PPF and ceramic coating. So this car is coming straight away from the dealership, and customer was smart enough to get it protected from start to end. Now customer has it on the lease only, so customer want to get the full front end PPF and rest of the car ceramic coating. We are going to do window tints on this one, and customer is still thinking about the windshield protection, so we will be moving to that part. So after doing the initial inspection, we did some disassembly there on the hood. Its hood is really big and involves a lot of small components. We have removed this hood scoop from right here. We're done with the initial wash, and after the wash, when we did the inspection, we found a lot of iron contamination on this already. So then upon checking, we came to know that this car was already 600 kilometer driven. So this was a demo straight from the dealership floor. So as I mentioned, this car was full with the brake dust marks, and there were like a lot of spots on the whole car, and that's a problem with the white paint always. So we did the Iron X removal treatment on this car, and we can show you in that real action that how it works. So if you bring the camera closer, so these bleeding marks right here are actually the rust spots. This came from the brake dust. So they are not rust on the paint, but they were just on top of it, and they are very sticky with the paint. Removing them is a really pain in the ass. Even sometime when we are doing paint correction, it's very hard to remove them. So we do Iron X treatment on it before starting any other process. It's pretty much almost done. It's been there for last couple of minutes. Removal process is there. But if you leave something like this on the car before the installation, not only it affects the appearance, but in long run, it actually comes out as a rust under your paint. So it's always recommended that when you're choosing a PPF shop, make sure that they are following all these processes. Otherwise, in long run, PPF will also not protect your paint, because underneath the PPF, you will see these rust marks growing and growing. So we'll be doing a second stage of cleaning on this, and then we'll be moving to the clay bar treatment and then alcohol wipe. We'll show you all the processes as we are moving forward in the fast motion. And then I'll get back to you when we start with the actual PPF installation process to give you more idea about how complicated this hood is. I would rate it 3.5 on scale of 5. It's not super difficult, but not one of the easiest one like Tesla Model Y. We're gonna do final cleaning on this, and then we're going to clean the workspace area, because before every installation, it's our shop's rule that we clean the floor area so that there will be no dirt at all coming to the installation. So stay tuned, guys. So we're going to start with the hood. We're doing a bulk cut on this one, and that's what is preferred for most of the intricated shapes and the big size, oversized hoods. For this install, we are going to use 3M 100 series no cap. I'll also show you the series number and everything. That gives you an idea that what you should check when someone says that you're getting 3M PPF installed. So for trucks like Hummer or pickup trucks, it's always preferred to go with the bulk installation, bulk PPF installation. Because when we are doing these kind of drop down straight edges, it's always easier to do it this way and gives a way better clean installation. So we are starting with stretching it and tacking down the edges. At this stage, we don't prefer doing a big stretch. It should be as minimal as possible to make sure that we're getting enough coverage, and at the same time, there will be no fingers later to deal with. So once the tacking is done on the both sides, then we will stretch it towards the bumper to take out all the fingers in the way. We're flushing out all the extra soap from here so we can get a nice and clean. All right. So if you see all the fingers from here, from all the way to the hood scoop, everything is, and this gap here, we can easily take out the air from here. As you can see, it's already settling down really well. Now, if you're using a cheaper material, that makes the job 100 times harder. But in this one, we're using 3M. It's a good PPF, so no complaints about that. So we'll start with this area first, so that we get enough of the material from both sides to create a nice stretch. and there we go. If you look at it, it's already settled. So always try to go first with the body lines because that's where you get the moisture traps. Always double squeegee, double check. So this is the point where you should make sure that all the body lines are cleared and there is no moisture trap between them, because at this point PPF is forgivable, but after this if you try to do any change you might end up getting a lot of the stretch marks, a lot of the glue lines. So make sure that we don't need to do it twice if it can be done right in first attempt. You see a nice stretch gave us a very easy install here. No fingers, these are good fingers, so we don't need to worry about it. Just using a plain tag solution here will get us through this. Honestly, we don't even need to use a tag solution here because soap will automatically comes out once it is left for few minutes.
Hello everyone, this is Anmol from Car Cafe and it's day 2 of this beautiful Hummer EV at our shop. We are done with the hood, fenders, fender flares, almost done with the bumper, and we are left with only the side mirrors. So talking about this car, we have different parts which we have to take care of. These piano black parts, these fenders, these fender flares, and its bumper is also in 3-piece. So it's quite a challenging and time-taking process. And after that, Narinder is finishing the front lip of this hood, and there's one more part which we detached from the hood that we will call it like hood scoop. So now we are working on finishing each and every edge of this car. You can see the guy over here is like taking care of all the edges, that it settled down properly and it should not lift after some time, because we are giving warranty with this thing and this thing needs to be taken care of properly. That's why PPF is like a bit tricky and bit time taking and patience required job. To give seamless finish to this hood, we remove this piece from the top of it, and we did this just to make it seamless on the edges, that no one can feel that there is an PPF on the hood, because we always do the hood in bulk piece. So that is the main advantage of doing it in bulk piece, and if we can remove these parts, it's even better. So at last, coming down to the most critical part of this car, the side mirrors. As you can see, the shape is like very difficult for the PPF to settle it down properly, and it's also a very major area because that's a huge side mirror. So we have to be take care of this thing, and customer was very particular about the side mirrors because with his previous car he had a lot of stone chips on the side mirrors. So let's see how we do it.